tiny living room, which is a really small, because I live in a garage, converted garage. So today I want to redo my living room. I'm going to start just by emptying out the room and then painting the room. And then we'll go from there. I'm not really sure. I really want to get a smaller couch because this couch is just so big. It's a sectional and it has this bench and it's just way too big. I redid my little kitchen area, which is just opposite to it. And now this space just feels too small. And I bought that chair, which I'm not too sure about that chair, but we'll see if we can make it work in this space. So I'm just gonna paint the walls white or something that's really bright, just because it's kind of dingy and dull. The color on the walls now is like a gray, and I'm not a big fan of gray because it makes it feel kind of cold and not that warm. So I'm gonna try to find a color that can warm up the space and make it look more homey, and also open up the space and make it brighter because it's kind of dark in here. Although we have this big window, it still can feel a little bit dark because the sun's not always coming in through the window. So I just want to do a couple things that can make it feel more homey and brighter. And we also have tile floors, which I can't really change out because of cost, but I'm gonna try to find a more cost-effective way to change out the floors, maybe like a peel and stick tile, or I've also seen there's like tile paint. So that's another option, and just doing it completely white and then getting a rug with more warm tones to warm up and ground the space. But I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with the floor quite yet. I'm just going to start with painting and seeing what I can do about the furniture. Maybe I can sell this couch and get a smaller one or something. But this is all going to be budget friendly because I don't have a huge budget. I live in a garage, like I said. And I just wanted to make over my space but not use a whole ton of money. So yeah, let's get started. This is what the living room actually looked like before the kitchen was done. So my favorite way to start when I'm designing a room is to go on Pinterest and to just kind of find the things that I like and kind of hone in on a style. I really love like the airy and bohemian style. I loved this light tan couch that's from Article. It's beautiful. It's a leather couch. It's super expensive, like $2,000, but it's stunning. And I also really liked just a lot of white and like off-white, and then a lot of plants as well. I also wanted to bring in the wood and woven things like baskets or even furniture. And then it was time to empty out the room as much as possible, get all the big things moved to the middle of the room, and then start preparing for painting. I patched up the walls because we had tons of holes in the walls from all the things we had hanging up. And then I taped up the baseboards, and then I was ready. So as you can see, I was able to find the couch that I wanted, the exact one that I was looking at from Article, which is worth $2,000, but I found it for $500. It didn't come with legs, but I was able to find the hardware and the legs to attach for about $20 on Amazon. So for now, I'm just moving it around with no legs just to find the perfect floor plan that kind of goes well with the kitchen now that it's been moved around, and just kind of keeping it an open concept and like an even flow from the kitchen to the living room, and not really like separating the two spaces. So my legs came in from Amazon. Total between the legs and the hardware was $25, $18.99 for the legs and $6 for the hardware. So one of the things I've learned recently is that hanging your curtains higher makes your room appear to be bigger or taller, makes the wall seem taller. So I moved my brackets a little bit higher to hang my curtains a little bit higher. And then I also was using these older curtains that I had that were more sheer, so it let more light in and made this space feel a little bit bigger instead of the curtains that close all the light out that make it kind of seem a little closed in. I did end up having to buy one set of the curtains that matched. That was $14.99 from IKEA. So we had this tire outside of our house. It was pretty old and dirty, so I just washed it with some dish soap and gave it a good rinse, and then I dried it with a towel before I began my project. Once the tire was clean, I took my utility rope that I got from the dollar store and I tied it around the tire, and then I wrapped it around multiple times to create more of a base. To finish it off, I just tied a knot and checked to make sure it was fairly secure. Then I took my sisal rope and just started to create a spiral in my hand, just gluing it to itself. I actually watched someone else do this first, and they glued the rope directly onto the utility rope, but I couldn't figure out how to do that, so I cut out this piece of cardboard and just began gluing it onto the cardboard, and it just made it a lot easier to do. This project ended up being about $25 between the glue and the rope, and it's a little bit more than I thought it was going to cost, but I really love the way that it turned out. I filled the bottom just with some old pillow stuffing, just to kind of make it a little bit more solid and feel a little more sturdy. So I just bought common board from Home Depot, and I just sanded off the numbering that was on there and smoothed it out a little bit, and then put polyurethane on top. Then I drilled 2 holes on each side. From the leftover sisal rope, I grabbed about 5 feet, and I strung it through on each side. And I left some heavy things on it for a few hours until it was completely dry. And this is how it turned out. So for this DIY, because I don't have a sewing machine, I decided to cut out the fabric that I needed, kind of in a circle round shape that would fit right around the cushion. Took the cushion out, turned the fabric inside out, and then used some of the adhesive that irons on, what people would use for like a hem. And I just put that in the inside edge and ironed it. This wasn't the most beautiful DIY, but I saved a lot of money because these cushion covers could be really expensive. I found this vase at Goodwill for $2 and it was half off, so it was only $1. So I was taking off the tag and some of it got stuck, and one way that can easily take it off is just by using rubbing alcohol and cleaning it off completely. And then I decided to paint it. I had seen this picture that kind of looked like something similar. So next I just wanted to make some wall art for my gallery wall. I knew the colors that I wanted to use, so I found some ideas on Pinterest and I just recreated as best as I could. So this next one was inspired by a mud cloth wall art, and instead of using actual mud cloth, I just painted my own. And now it's just time to hang everything up. watching this video if you stayed this long. It's been a journey to finish this room. It took me probably about a week, and I'm in love with the results. It came out amazing. It's so cute in here and it's such a vibe. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, go ahead and subscribe or comment or like this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.